I've brought this account up before.
Why you don't want to play it?
Is this Johnny MAGA account? Okay. And I've
Don't wanna
mentioned it
go,
before. And now we have Wired Magazine, I believe, has
Or
done
would
an
you rather me stream
investigation
Dead
on this
Space?
account, and they are trying to dox this person.
Battlefield.
And now that they have reportedly doxed this person, if in fact
Watching
this
play
person
Battlefield's
is
more
who they
entertaining.
say it is,
Okay, let me
I am
just
now a
save
fan of this person. And I think that they are super cool. And now this person is going to get a huge, you know, new fan base because this is what they do. Patriot Takes says, according to Wired, MAGA influencer X account Johnny MAGA is ran by White House staffer Garrett Wade, who is married to White House press assistant Allison Schuster. This is Johnny MAGA according to these clowns right here. And all they're doing is making everybody like this guy now. Now that I know he works for the Trump administration, I'm a fan. This is a massive win. I love it. This is the greatest thing ever. And all that's happening, it's 2026. Doxing people really doesn't work anymore. It just makes the people doing it look like scumbags, 100%. So all you're doing is making yourself look bad, and all you're doing is making the people that you're trying to, dox, you're making them look cooler. A new report reveals the racist right-wing Twitter account Johnny MAGA is operated by a taxpayer-funded White House staffer named Garrett Wade. Wade called Trump's video depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes as a masterpiece. We're only gonna like him more now. We're only gonna like him more now. Good job. Good job. Wall Street Journal threatened to dox me, says Real Donnie Danko. I got a message from one of, I think it might have been the Wall Street Journal, and they were like, "Hey, Jeremy, we're doing an article on." They basically read off my bio, and I'm just like, I looked the person up, and I couldn't find any ties to them being part of the Wall Street Journal, but I'm like, I'm not answering any mainstream outlet that ever wants us to reach out.
I watched. I didn't watch the.
Not gonna happen.
The Raw video. I watched
anyway,
like people that I watch who streamed it or react to it or give it.
And they're gonna end up looking very, very stupid when it's all said and done. So
yeah,
hey,
kind of like a watch party. Why?
Now this is interesting because
yeah, there was one part where he said,
I'm not sure how this is going to play out. This is the next topic we're going to talk about.
Is your job to protect Americans or to protect illegals?
Kind of surrounding Candace Owens, but
or something along those lines, and almost no Democrats stood up.
But
it's
this
like,
topic
holy
is
fuck.
kind of getting some traction right now.
Like, does that make any sense to you?
The reports are... Now, this is not Cat Turd. This is an account that doesn't like Cat
I'm not
Turd.
surprised.
Matt Wallace said he was offered money to call Candace Owens a demon, and Milo says he has the list of people that accepted the money and that it wasn't a lot. Cat Turd and Gunther Eagleman were two of them. Now, let me just say right here, this Matt Wallace account is one of the most cringe accounts on social media. I muted this account a long time ago, man. That is a horrible account. I don't even know if the person is real, by the way. I have no idea. But that Matt Wallace account is garbage, like massively garbage, okay? So I don't know how much I buy into this narrative or whatever, because it's you got to consider the source, okay? Now, in terms of Cat Turd and Gunther Eagleman, I'm not a fan of either one of them per se. They do share good information sometimes that I can.
Dude, in this game where you have to shoot 7,000 fucking bullets at someone, they're not going to give you extended mags until you basically are level 7,000.
Just for the record, like the Gunther Eagleman guy doesn't even seem like a real person. I'm sure he is, but he just doesn't seem like a real person. It seems like a bot account that's got like millions of followers. But to that point, you've got Michael Knowles says people need to stop calling out Candace Owens she attacks and steals Erica first. I haven't heard what Michael Knowles says right now.
Really, this whole episode, I guess, is just rhetorical lessons from President Trump that many Republicans learn from. This is one that I hope right-wing influencers pay close attention to, because I've noticed it in recent days, recent weeks. I want to be charitable about this because I think it comes from a normal part of human nature, but it's worth paying attention to and learning good oratorical lessons from the president. Some right-wing influencers seem to think that the best way to honor Charlie's legacy and Erica and the family is to spend all of their time talking about the people criticizing and antagonizing Erica. And
Dude.
Michael Knowles has become not even close to
Like, see, I need fucking extended mags, man.
Michael Knowles is
So fucking retarded.
much better
30 bullets in
than
a game
every
where
single
guns
person
fucking,
at
where
data
the fucking
wire.
spread goes to the
It's not
sky.
even- It's not even close.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna use a hose and put my thumb in it. That's how these guns shoot.
people who seem to think the best way to honor
Shoot 10
Erica
bullets and it's already fucking overheated apparently.
and keep USA in Charlie is
Bullets
to
start to
focus
fly around
all
like that
the
when
attention,
you've shot
all
like
the
2,
time
3, 400 bullets.
two people who are criticizing and antagonizing Erica. The most famous, of course, is Candace, who I guess has a new series about Erica, but some other people too, some smaller accounts as well.
Hey,
This
window
theory,
on a
this
wall.
strategy seems to be a little bit misguided, wouldn't you say? Whether you love Candace, whether you hate Candace, whether you think Candace is sincere, whether you think she's insincere, whatever psychobabble analysis you have, do you think it makes sense? If you want to support someone, do you think it makes sense to focus all of your attention all the time talking about someone antagonizing that person?
He's got an interesting point there. I mean, every single situation is relative. So, I mean, my approach is that I don't get involved in internet drama and back and forth. And the times that I get my toes into it, I've recognized really quickly, not something I want to do. So, but the thing with Candace is that she is she's so big and she is so impactful that if you don't check her and that goes unchecked to that many people,
We now hold objective Bravo.
it's a difficult thing because she's so good at what she does. And what I mean by that is I just think she's a very talented communicator, and I think she's talented in making people believe that she knows what she's talking about. I don't think
Wow,
she
he's
knows what she's
sitting
talking
under a
about.
fucking broken building,
I don't
dude.
think she believes most of the stuff she says, but I think that she's very good at making people believe that she believes what she says. I don't think she's crazy. I think she's very smart. I think she's very manipulative. And I think she's very articulate in the way she does it. Again, repeat the same thing I've said many times. This is a woman who has elevated herself to the top of all of the major right-wing communities and publications. Turning Point, PragerU, Daily Wire. She has elevated at all of them, and she has made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. She has manipulated all of them. All of them. They all fell for it because what they saw is, just like typical right-wingers, pretty black girl who's not retarded. You have to hire her. Oh man, look, pretty black girl who's not retarded. We have to hire her. Every time the right wing sees a black person that isn't retarded, they're like, oh, look at this black person. We have to hire them. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. That's how it happens with these right-wing companies. They are virtue signaling the same fucking way that the left does it. It's just not as obvious and it's not as ridiculous. But these right-wing companies do the same fucking thing. Alright? The same thing. So, you know, more power to her, man. She worked the system. She basically took a virtue signal and she knew it was a
Oh, look, I don't have a
And
team.
she
Who's
faked
this
through
fucking
all
piece
of
of
this
shit right
shit,
here?
and she earned a
Air.
massive audience, and now they're all pissed off. And then today, Jeremy Boring, a person that hired Candace and paid her millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars, okay, responded to this right here. Happy to address the issues Candace Owens points out. Erica had nothing to
Can't
do
depend
with
on your
sex
team.
with
It's
her husband.
apparently
Erica
you're
doesn't
supposed
do
to
trafficking. Erica isn't being
play with your
prosecuted.
team, but you can't depend on your team.
USA is a complicit
And I just
to
get
cover up Charles
negative
Bush's
bulleted.
assassination. Neither Dan
What?
Bongino, Cash Patel, nor Donald Trump, nor the CIA, or nor the FBI is listening to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. If Israel didn't assassinate Charlie Kirk, that Dillon or Bill Hammer didn't, blah, 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 blah. Can't show it. Not Charlie Kirk's best friend, certainly not at the time of his death. So first, consider the issues addressed. Well, Candace responds. And Candace destroys him. Lamau, little guy, perfect. Like, just calling Jeremy Boring little guy is, you've already won. Like, you don't even have to say anything else. Just the fact that you called him little guy already won. Little guy is upset that a 2-minute trailer edited at my kitchen table is doing better numbers than a failed series he poured his entire life savings into, thinking it would transform him into the next Walt Disney. Now he's just a Twitter reply guy. Oh my goodness.
Yo, that thing is fucking insane, man.
Takedown. This is such a savage takedown.
So
This
quick,
is
dude. Like, holy
brutal.
fuck.
Yes, she's talking about the Pendragon cycle. This is fucking brutal. Now again, I see, and again, this is the emotional response of people online. Like, are you becoming a Candace simp? Talking about things objectively is talking about things objectively. Objectively, I do not like Candace Owens. I do not think that she is operating in good faith. I don't think she believes anything she's saying. It doesn't fucking matter what I think. But you can't sit here and not acknowledge the fact that she just annihilated Jeremy Boring, a man who paid her millions and millions and millions of dollars to work for his company, who elevated her and her likeness and her brand, just like Fragrance did, just like Turning Point USA did, just like all of these right-wing companies, when they see a black person who's retarded, they elevate them, and then look what's happened with Candace now. She is destroying all of you, and you're mad. You fucking paid the bitch. You did this. Why? Because you were virtue signaling. That's right. And so, anyway, he still follows me. I don't know why he follows me, but he still follows me. So this whole thing is exactly what she wants. She wants Jeremy Boring to respond. She wants big right-wing voices to respond, so she can respond with her narrative. The more they respond, the better it is for her. And they're too stupid to realize that.
Dude, my team is fucking retarded.
Ignoring her is the only.
This thing looks like it has recoil, but it doesn't fucking move at all, dude.
Continue to get wrapped up in it. It's funny enough, talking about Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro made the perfect comment about Donald Trump years ago. Perfect comment. I've referenced this a lot. So this was
Nice.
before the 2020 election.
Shot him in the head,
This
didn't
was
hit him in
before
the head.
primaries
Fucking
and
amazing.
everything like that. And there was a rumor that Oprah Winfrey was going to get involved and run against Trump.
Dude, but he can see me fucking perfectly.
I'll never go what Ben Shapiro said.
Dude,
It's the most
what?
accurate description. And Ben Shapiro says, Oprah Winfrey right now, she's on the outside, they're hyping her up, and everybody loves her. Everybody, is thinking that she's going to run and be the nominee. But he's like, right now, Oprah is on the outside of politics. and she's wearing a pretty white dress, and it's perfect, and there's no blemishes, and she looks glorious, and everybody loves her. He says, the moment you enter politics, the mud starts flying. And once you get a little bit of mud on that dress, you don't look as pretty. You don't look as stunning. And then more mud gets thrown. When more mud, you end up looking really bad. But then he said, and this is the best line ever, but he said, Donald Trump is good. It doesn't matter how much you throw at him. It doesn't affect him at all. Not one bit. Trump is built of it, and you can throw everything you want at him, and you will not hurt him at all. Perfect. Perfect. And right now, Candace is built of mud, and the more you throw, the worse you're looking. It ain't hurting her at all. So if you guys want to keep going at it like that, and again, as I said, I'm not a big Erica Kirk fan. I'm not a Candace Owens fan. I'm looking back, and I'm just sitting back with the popcorn and watching this, and I'm watching people like Jeremy Boring walk right into it. She is going to benefit from it all day long. So, it is what it is, man. Maybe right-wingers should maybe think about the people that you're hiring and paying them millions and millions of dollars because you want to virtue
Holy
signal.
fucking melt,
I
bro.
have no sympathy for the right-wingers that helped create this. I have no sympathy. They did this. They sold their entire audience, and now they're
That guy
mad
he didn't jump out of the window, he walked out of the
audience
window.
is now eating them alive.
Doesn't make any
Fucking fault.
sense.
Stop virtue signaling, right-wingers. Stop doing it. Virtue signaling will saying, like, you know, I mean, look, I don't have people like Epic Mike and Ripper on my streams because I like them. They're black, okay? So I've done my own virtue signaling too. All right? I got to learn from that. I have to have that. All right, let's see where we are. Let me catch up with these. Break out! Marvelous says self-driving should be mandatory for me and my fellow Asians or women. See a hell of a drop-off. Hell yeah, absolutely. Bill Herb says Candace is an idiot. I don't care what y'all say. She doesn't mean she can't manipulate. She's no different than the type of Jasmine Crockett or even Kamala.
Like,
It's
I'm
just her
trying to
focus
get
on
my
American,
fucking gun towards them, and
not
it's pushing
Trump.
me the other way.
Yeah,
Like,
I disagree, man. I disagree completely. Candace was huge before the Erica Kirk thing. Candace has been able to manipulate her way into every aspect of right-wing politics. Every aspect of it. You know what I mean? So I just disagree that Jasmine Crockett is a fucking retard. Especially Kata. Well, I didn't mention Kata because he's so little, I just forget about it. You know? But yeah, I think that Candace is operating on a whole different level than Jasmine Crockett and all these other fools. I get your point, though. I'm not saying I don't get your point. Miniature Bumping says that's Giraffin Newsom. Philip Johnson says G&G plays streaming over you. Teach your team respect. Honestly, it's getting to a point where I stream over every team. But as long as people are watching those teams, Kelly also says Ollie's discount retailer chain reports today 57,333 Star Wars figures company-wide to 2023. What the fuck? Is this like legit? Are you like? I love going to Ollie's, by the way. And every time I go to Ollie's, they have so many Star Wars figures. Now, I don't know if there's a connection here, but most of the Star Wars figures that they have are very diverse. And no one buys them. That's really interesting. And I go into an Ollie's and I see a row full of
I feel like the only time we have C is when I'm here, so like, why the fuck am I gonna move?
It's really interesting. Wars figures don't sell. There you go. I can't read 199 says, here's Beardo. Little Controllers is a watch Jeremy because it makes me feel smart. It's a good
Understood.
I respect that. Red Box says, Jones was right about the frogs. A Portland lady on stage punching Spice Tongue. I thought the frogs killed Satan. I'm confused. Wyoming Sasquatch says, Jeffrey Software, please $500 means a low-tier super chatter. I'll start streaming for it. Sip of the lower operating working man. Hail Wyoming says. ACC says, I'm also going on the ways down, and when women say that's quite a stretch, I respond exactly.
Holy fuck, dude, that range is insane, man.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a good line. JJ says he had a stroke and is still the most level-headed one, and we debate about him leading them. That says a lot about the rest of them. That is very true. Talking about Fetterman. Chad says, and Stephen A. Smith can debate. He can debate within reason for sure. Kevin Spears says, make a movie. Ben Shapiro and his company did. Miniature Bronte says he got his flashers on. It's cool, guys. Lydia Mex Games becomes new member. Thank you. Reggie Miller says last week I realized him being gay is an internet meme, but then I remember Jeremy has told us. I mean, I think the worst part of it is that she got and I'm sorry about that. But at least you are living in a time.
Okay, dude. Unless like it's a guaranteed kill, I'm never shooting at another tank. God, it's so dumb. Probably still had almost all of his HP anyway. 3 hits, full HP, what's the point?
Pirates here in Michigan, at least
Literally, Jesus Christ, I'm standard. Unbeatable.
Gossip 199 becomes a member. Thank you. John Wayne says most dangerous demographic behind. I can't read this shit. All I see is X-ray girl censored. There you have it. Thank you. Let's see. Bill Herb says at least we got Curry. Joe Bit says play on the prepared Lord. What? I'm trying to be careful about reading these fucking words because so many of you are trying to trip me up. And again, I don't want to be like John King.
Smelly Negro, I love that name. Which hockey movie chant, I swallow knickers come? No idea.
When you read Super Chats fast and you don't think about it, that's what ends up happening right there.
All right, Smelly Negro, I love that name. Which hockey movie chant, I swallow knickers come? No idea.
Holy fuck, that ever gets old, dude.
Shit I have ever heard. Beardo was trying to read an article from GTN.com. He wasn't trying to read a Super Chat. He was trying to read an article
Nice,
from
of course.
And it was like I was listening and I'm going, who hired this guy? Who put him in charge of the stream? 2,000 people watching. What the hell? What are you
Wow,
doing,
I thought that was a
Beardo?
shotgun, dude.
Mar Millen says Candace is just
Wow.
a lefty. She got rejected from the left overnight. Con Inc. embraced her during the early cancel culture stuff. They did this all the time. You don't change your values overnight. Yeah, she had like a doxing website or whatever. I did. No, you're right, I did. Mike Zero Source says Alex Jones was right. After seeing the Frog Brigade during the State of the Union, the chemicals made the frogs gay. It is so bad. John Wayne says YouTube can suck my censorship. EGM says I'm not sure how you have any female problems. Ladies, where's the ladies in the chat? Where's the ladies in the chat? Okay, Can't Be Exposed channel is back. That'll be good. Marker Bradley says Holy Johnny Maga doing good. Flux City Fancy says just tagged you on Twitter. There's already an anime about the State of the Union. Congratulations, ABF and Mrs. ABF, and hail to 199. Jared Armstrong says Candace started a doxing website. Ironic. Jared Armstrong says Crowder is the only one she didn't beat. that is a good point. So correct me on this. Did Crowder ever embrace her? I mean, I'm sure he probably had her on or whatever at some point, but did he ever embrace her completely? Curious about that. And since we still have to talk about this, the 5 on Trump's record-long State of the Union address. Here we go. Again, last night was a record. He talked to her, but no. Okay. Crowder's the man. He is, Crowder's proven to be the actual GOAT of the conservative movement online.
Hello, everyone. I'm Haley McEnany, along with Jessica Tarlow, Jesse Waters, Dana Perino, and Greg Gutfeld. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The 5. While our president packs a punch, Trump came out swinging in his first State of the Union address of his second term. Taking a
It's so cool not being able to change your class, dude. Greatest thing I've ever seen.
All elements attack now. We need to capture and hold the objectives. Guns up, let's go.
Our nation is bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. This is the golden age of America. Today our border is secure, our spirit is restored, inflation is plummeting, incomes are rising fast, the roaring economy is roaring like never before. Military and police are
That guy's like, what the fuck? How is he here already?
expected again. They caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
Get him.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie.
But here was the biggest moment. President Trump sending the squad into a frenzy by simply asking the Democrats to stand for this.
If you agree,
This is so perfect. What he does right here, like, this is why Trump is, you just can't defeat him. He set them up for this, and they walked right into it.
Frenzy by simply asking the Democrats to stand for this.
if you agree with this statement,
We secured Echo.
Yeah!
children, we can all agree, no statement will have to remove children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new
Is this an 80-20 issue? I think this is a 90-10 issue. I really think this is an 80-10.
Dude, how many fucking bullets, man? And then that guy gets killed by a pistol. Like,
Yeah!
You know, Jesse, I wish the Democrats had taken the Fetterman approach. Suit up, stand up when appropriate, sit and listen.
Hostiles attacking objective Delta. Objective Charlie.
oh, I need 2 people, and I still almost fucking 1v2 you. Fucking retarded,
Because
man.
there's a physical division right in the middle of the chamber. So he creates a movement and then exploits the movement to get a reaction from the Democrats, and the reaction proves his point.
He's the greatest showman we've ever seen. He is the greatest showman. That's who he is. He's unmatched.
Oh my god, dude, the fucking footsteps, bro.
He has them there. There's no moderator.
God, they're so bad.
Filter. It's the
There's no sense that it's up or down. It's just
Kaylee, that's why they
left or right.
Our forces are hitting Delta.
So dumb.
Frag out!
Taken objective Bravo.
He's right. He's right. It's the truth.
God, dude. I don't have a team, bro. Literally the only one pushing.
This person got a tax refund, she got fertility drugs. It's like, I'm hosting an award show now, which is great, and that's why it's so fun. This is the kind of speech that gives the president momentum. This is the speech that gives the president legs, because the distinction between him and the Democrats is so clear. And now we're seeing for the first time all of these wins, that he can now take this momentum and then drive it home over and over and over again. Everyone's talking about the speech.
We need to check some more marked objectives.
Oh my god, I'm hitting him and he's not getting hit by my bullets.
Then Trump looks powerful and persuasive on television.
There's 3 guys camping in the same corner for the whole
He
game.
knows he's got him right where he
Holy fuck, dude.
and he was
Dude,
he has never
I'm
been
getting
better than he
shotgunned
was
by
last
guns.
night.
Need
In
a
that
medic!
moment,
I'm
on
literally
that
getting one
stage,
hit.
in that arena. That was Trump at his best.
No fucking medics anywhere.
When Trump's saying normal things that everybody agrees with,
We're targeting objective Delta.
thinks the Democrats are crazy. So that's the problem. He just makes the points so
This team is fucking horrible, dude.
Democrats are just so dumb.
Neutralize
Yeah,
Delta.
it's catch 22 for them. Dana, the CNN Snap poll showed that at the beginning of the speech, 54%
Five, we have
of
lost
viewers
Echo.
thought that we were heading in the right direction. Now, 64% by the end. So does he make that shift that then carries over into the I'm here!
The Democrats have no policies. They have no direction. All they have is propaganda. Says John in the chat. I agree. I mean, they really don't.
Dude,
like,
the sound
what do
designers
Democrats
need to
stand
fucking get fired, man.
for? Can anybody tell me what the Democrats stand for? They stand for not Trump. That's all they have. They have nothing else. They have nothing else that they stand for, except for
Whoever
the
chose,
mutilation
hey,
of
let's put
children.
let's make it so it
And
sounds like
to,
they're right
go
beside you
and
when they're
all they
above
care
you and
about
20
is,
feet away, but
here's
when
what
they're right beside you,
Democrats.
you'll never hear
Not
them.
Trump, mutilation of children, supporting
Makes no
illegals,
sense.
supporting criminals. That's what the Democrats have. That's what they're known for.
Rather than policies so much. The policy, of course, sprinkled in, but that doesn't mean
We are moving on Delta.
actually seeing the people who he generally seems to care about, keep in touch with, want to help through their grief, or want to celebrate for their accomplishments, and bookending it with our blue bonuses. They're not the hockey team, but we're going to get there. But then at the end, you have the 100-year-old man who is getting the Medal of Honor from Mental Freedom Institute. He is a fantastic Medal of Honor, right? And then the First Lady is going to provide him with that. It's quite remarkable. You had this Venezuelan political prisoner who comes in, surprises his niece, and then they leave. And he says, have a good time. So, yes, it did become a little bit of a show. I don't know how long it lasts in terms of the good vibes. Because what really matters after State of the Union, I believe, is the follow-through. So the cabinet now has a lot of work to do. So he gave them a few things that were of suggestion, like on prescription drugs, for example. So can you go out and sell that? But I think the big thing that they're going to continue to talk about is the big, beautiful bill. That was the one big, huge piece of legislation that is starting to take hold now, and people will really start to see that in April. When the time comes,
Hey, real quick, you guys, all right, participants, live chat and super chat messages are officially back in action. Thanks to all who let us know about this issue. More super chats on this channel help fix it. We did it. We did it. All right. When did this show start? When did it start? That's right.
I couldn't even aim in, dude. Well, like,
We did this 21 minutes after this show
holy
started.
fuck, dude.
We fixed it. We're taking full credit for that. Full credit. All right.
Be bigger than they have been before, and you really can't win the midterms in February. You have to kind of assess that more in like April.
Yeah, and no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. That will all be very telling. You know, one moment that will last, and I can assure you, Jessica, because Republicans will make it last, is when this statement was made, the first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. Stand if you agree with this. Why didn't Democrats stand?
Well, I think to Jesse's point that they didn't want to play into the Trump show, and you're between a rock and a hard place. And I think that that is
And by the way, I told you last night.
Wow, he's still hitting me behind a wall in a case of stairs, bro.
Grandpa's old cough medicine, and
Unreal.
we actually have images of that right here. So that was Nancy Pelosi last night. She was just hammered. We saw that video of her where she completely had no idea where she was. She had no idea what's going on. She was definitely a few into it all. So she was partying, man. She was partying.
Hostile attack launched on Delta.
and the last State of the Union for Joe Biden.
Charlie has been neutralized.
Right. So we had that for a little bit, but in general, it's kind of any other night. I think is why so many Democrats felt like they had a way to go and do something, and leaders have reasons.
For those that missed it, this is an actual video of her last night at the State of the Union.
Bravo!
She was completely toasted, dude. All right?
Objective Charlie is being captured by hostiles.
Just completely shot, dude.
Any guest of either party, as long as it's not a totally partisan, you stand for them and you applaud. Country, if it's someone who's something terrible happened to them or their family, no matter what the president has said about them, like there is no reason that President Trump had to lie about who killed that poor Ukrainian refugee on the North Carolina train. Said that she was killed by someone who's here illegally. She was killed by an American citizen who was from Charlotte, North Carolina. That's unnecessary, but that family deserves applause, no matter what's going on. And I think that we should institute that. In terms of Jesse's analysis of the evening.
Okay, first of all, I don't remember exactly what Trump said, but he was illegally on the street. He should have been in jail. He should have been in prison based on the record, but these left-wing judges kept leaving him out. So maybe Trump got his words mixed or whatever. This motherfucker was illegally on the street. This dude should have never been on the street.
These
to
people
begin
kill
with.
so fast, I don't even
So
understand.
he was illegal.
There are a lot of people who did not feel the same way.
He said illegally on the street. Is that what he said? Is it because I mean I don't recall what he said that she's making up, but I would love to find out. Let me look while we listen to her.
Which is to say, I feel your pain. This is a work in process. We've had some wins, but there's more to do. So they showed that the dials went down when Trump mentioned the golden age, that prices are down, America is winning, tariffs, which are just a big illegal tax on American consumers. CNN did their poll of the State of the Union viewers, which you mentioned, going up 10%. That was tilted plus 13 Republican. But they only 38% had a very positive reaction to it. That's less than Trump got in his 2018 State of the Union, 41% for Biden in 2022, 48% for Obama in 2020 and 2010, then 48% for Trump in 2018. Lots of lies, about the amount of investment and what the costs are doing.
All right, can you shut up, Jessica? Nobody cares. Let's hear. All right, here's where he is at. So let's just hear what he said. Let's hear what he
2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful,
Attack order received.
through her neck and body. No one will ever forget their people. In that train, no one will ever
Be
forget.
advised, the enemy's still winning the fight. Hit back and take control.
At her attack.
So he came in through. Trump said he came in through open borders. I'm supposed to be upset about that? Look at this is the Democrat mindset right here. Jessica Tarloff is more upset that Trump said came in through open borders. She's more upset about than this career criminal killing this innocent girl. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I love trees, how trees take your innocence away. It's a really good mechanic, guys.
How do you not stand? I'm asking the Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat.
My one thing is, and I feel like Trump didn't want to make a bigger deal of it, but I really wish he would have made a bigger deal of the Democrats not standing. But I feel like making a bigger deal of it in that moment could have taken away from the moment. If that does that make sense? But he called them out. But I feel like, man, I kind of wanted him to go even harder on them. But I think that if it would have turned into like a shouting match, it probably still would have made him look bad, but it probably could have taken away from the moment. You know what I'm saying?
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to
Awful. But the way he did it though was perfect. It really was. I wanted a little more, but I get why he didn't do that. All right, so Jessica Tarloff is offended that Trump said open borders. I'm not.
In our elections, their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. That is laying the groundwork for subverting a free and fair election. He's already said, I'm sending ICE to the polls. They're going to have poll watchers. There are teams of lawyers.
I thought there wasn't going to be an election. That's what Gavin Newsom said.
It doesn't, Jesse, it just doesn't matter. It will be a January 6th
Yeah, you're right.
redux. If it's
It
close,
doesn't matter.
they
We're
will
going to
not
have the
see
midterm.
Democratic. Right, but if it is close, if it is not the 30 seats that some people think it is possible, if it's just a few seats, Mike Johnson held Congressman Grijalva out of her seat for 2 months. He was an architect of January 6th. You think that that man is going to see
Oh my god, are you fucking gay, dude?
Let's see. Phil says, I normally don't cry, but when that 100-year-old vet got the Medal of Honor, I didn't have a dry eye. That was a pretty powerful moment, man. It really was. I mean, I don't know how you... I had chills watching it, man. It was really good. Swanee says, hail to the handsome leader of Cobra Cast 199. Women represent. Look at there. You see that? We're moving up. We're moving up a little bit on those demographics. Just saying. All right, just saying. Miniature Run Thing says the list fact checked Trump on his claim that the revolution started in 1776 and 1775. Thus, it was listed as a Trump lie. That sounds about right too. I mean, look, this is the bottom line. When you are not a programmed person like Barack Hussein Obama, where everything Obama did as president was carefully scripted and pre-arranged and pre-recorded. You're not going to get any authenticity. You're just going to get this generic. When Trump gets up there, Trump is talking from the heart. That's what he's doing. And so when that happens, mistakes will happen. You're going to misspeak. You're going to get things wrong here and there. Welcome to the real fucking world. It's as simple as that. Maximus Americus, who became a new member, says if Dems couldn't use aboutism, fear-mongering, exceptions, or outliers, they would have nothing at all. Very well said. Thank you for becoming a new member. I appreciate that. Bill says, I'm black. I guess I'm your virtue signaler. Bot 199 says, that's bold of you to say. Epic Mike is black. Silver Lycan says, Epic Meek is black. Next to tell me that Beardo can't read. I can't read 199 says, the pick is for you, Jeremy.
We're attempting to capture Bravo.
Red Box says, did you see the damn State of the Union response to Portland with the frogs dancing on stage? I did. It's so bad. Clarence Nice says, have you seen the clip of Senator Mullins SmackDown Bernie Sanders? I have that bookmarked if we get to it, but I do have that one bookmarked. What's up, Doc Schwartz Rising? TJ says, whatever TJ said, there it is. So, Nikki says, ladies. See there? There we go, chat. NPC says, watch Tim Pool's recap of the State of the Union and he said my friends so many times. I hate listening to Tim Pool say my friends because my friends, even though I don't read it, your super chats, my friends, even though I don't respond to the chat, my friends that I set a members only chat. Okay. David Smart says, I can't believe I was once a Democrat. Well, Sean says the 199 needs to have medals of freedom. Slain Hope says revenge against Trump and MAGA. Sean Living Life says we did it tax. David says hail the 199. Hey man, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Over on Rumble, Trump 100% definitely more of a back down. Al Green 8 Streamers are good on this. Jeremy doesn't do games anymore. Reported scary camera. So we'll get back to it. We will. I'm returning to Mario Kart. I think I'm trying to convince you to Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8, by the way. Is it frozen? No, it's not. Right when I ran to that super chat, it froze. That's crazy.
Bro, I don't understand, bro. I can't see nothing. Oh, no wonder I can't fucking see it.
What happened, dog?
Basically fucking invisible.
The only reason why you guys know.
Alright, we have secured Bravo.
Delivered by Rena. I'm not sure about that, but at least we know that he knew her name.
Woo, yep.
I can't remember what?
Everyone was upset about that. That was not.
I'm talking about Lakeland Riley, you know, what do we call it? The only reason why you guys know about these victims is because we have to throw it in your face. And you notice it when he makes a mistake. Oh my God! He lied about that.
Honestly, that's such a good point. She wouldn't even be talking about Irina. If Trump didn't make a oh my goodness, if he didn't make a fucking mistake, she would not even have mentioned it. Greg just destroyed her. I mean, absolute body.
He makes a mistake. Oh my God! That name is killer. He's the villain here.
fuck off me, bitch.
The 70, like Jesse said, that were missing. I don't know where they were.
Oh my god.
But they work for us. That's their job. Like, what else do you do? You know, oh, they have other things. You know, they see another child. BS, man. That would be like me skipping the 5 because I found out Shannon Green was in the game. You know, it's like, just because I don't get along with somebody doesn't mean I just say, oh, I'm not going to do this show. No, I get paid to be
This
here.
game is absolutely fucking horrible, dude.
The fact that they think they can do that shows you how little respect they have for the American people. It's almost 2 hours long, this thing. I felt like Trump was like a matron at a restaurant who is so proud of the specials that he's going to go through them no matter whether you're like, I got the veal scallopini, I got the lobster thermidor, I got the quail surf. Sir, if you need to lose some weight, we got the Cobb salad in Ilhan, we have some good. He's just proud of everything, and this is the consequence of having so many successes. It's easier just to have one or two and just lie. But he's actually mind-numbing amount, whether it's climate or economy, foreign policy. It's incredible.
This is how, like, when CBS does a poll and Trump has a 75-25 approve, disapprove, that is next level, all right? That is
Dude, I fucking hate these snipers that move around all the time, dude.
You cannot even
God.
debate that. When CBS is putting out that, yeah.
The equation for me is simple. The angrier and more sullen the Dems are, the more effective and successful Trump's policy. It's like watching a carnival game where you take a large ballot and they'll hit the lever and they'll hit the bell. It's like anything Trump said is measured by this explosion of energy and resentment that you see on the other side. Every instant, Dems become like the villain in the climax of a movie where the hero saves the cat against the girl, the evil conspirator is glaring from a police car window. Sometimes at the end they'll smile and go, you know what, maybe he was right after all. But they never will. Trump's figured out the secret sauce. If you want to do America right and own the libs, just succeed. The Dems hate your success and will reveal their dark hearts by not applauding the good things you do. So the country own the libs is like a win-win. She was cold, and I'm trying to find out why, because she's not unattractive. She has an unusual amount and kind of anger.
No, she's like she is very unattractive. She is, but I understand the point. He's trying to strengthen his point, but she is unattractive.
She has no right to that level of rage in the United States of America. The country who gave her corrupt acts, right? It's not like she's a homeless Vietnam vet who can't get services and should be enraged at the government. She should be kissing the ground she walks on instead of spitting on her.
Like I would say, like if you got a bunch of dudes doing locker room talk, okay? Most men, you would be surprised at how low men's standards are when they're in locker room talk situations. Now, we're not going to be nice when we're saying it, okay? When we're like, she's a 4, but I know I am.
Wow, dude.
I wouldn't tell
you deserve
anybody,
to be fucking
but
thrown off a building,
that
you fucking
happens
piece
all
of
the
shit.
time.
God, just sitting in a faggot
that
corner, dude.
Ilhan Omar, I think most dudes in a locker room situation would be like, I don't want my junk anywhere near her. I don't think anybody would be like, there'd be a few for sure. A few would, all right? A few. But most dudes when you're in that, like, the low standard, most dudes are like, I wouldn't touch her. I'm telling you now, I would not. No, not even close. No.
She would show no mercy if you were below. Like the look on her face is somebody who would snap on your neck instead of giving you. We should have in our leadership. It's not the type of person we should have in this country. And if we find out that she screwed up on her immigration stuff, she's got it.
She should be thinking from this from finding fraud in her district. That's a positive thing. All right, coming up.
So So yeah, she is evil. But listen, this is where you know Trump has won because the culture loves President Trump. We have an anime of the State of the Union. Someone mentioned this earlier. I haven't seen this, so I hope it doesn't have copyrighted music. But if it has copyrighted music, I'll have to mute it. But here we go.
We neutralized objective Bravo.
この人たちは狂っている。卵の価格は下がっている。ダウ平均は5万ポイントを超えている。こんな負け犬どもの言うことを聞くな。アメリカは復活した。
Yes, this is so awesome, dude. This is awesome. Trump wins the culture every single time. Every time. New intro, maybe. I'd like it to have maybe another 60. I'd like it to be about 60 seconds, but it's really good. Breadbox says libs quibbling. Trump came through. Let's see. Trump said came through open borders, but otherwise they'd never say a word. Idiots are amplifying it, making themselves it worse. Yep, that's the point we're making. You are correct about that. Slain Hope says you're buying all my drinks at the meetup because all my words you have left out of your super chats probably add up to more than $100 at this point. Let's freaking go. Yes, it was full on 80s, 90s style, wasn't it? That's great. By the way, at meetup, we are less than a month away from the meetup, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not RSVP'd for the meetup, you have to go to that link right there. You can find this link through geeksandgamers.com. Tickets are free. We just need to, we need you to RSVP if you are going to be there, because we need to let them know how many people to expect. And it should be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And hopefully you get a chance to order the all-new Geeks and Gamers Orlando t-shirts. That'll be an exclusive for MegaCon. So they're only available for a short period of time, along with the CobraCast hoodie. You can buy the bundle over there, or you can buy one or the other. So hopefully we will see you rocking the hoodie, rocking the t-shirts. But make sure you go over to the link in the pinned post with the send. And we're doing a quick order process, quick turnaround, because we want to get these out to everyone before MegaCon. So hopefully we will see all of you out there. Should be fun. Let's see, Antarctica meetup when? I'll just say we are working on a few things that might make people happy, but I got no official response yet. Oh, dude, bro, this has got to be a thumbnail. I got to use this for a thumbnail. This is awesome. This will be tomorrow's thumbnail for CobraCast. That is awesome. All right. Hell yeah. What is the turnaround? Says
exercises today, dog.
That is a banger right there. Hell yeah. Mark that one and save it. So we'll do that. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you'll see that. No way. Hang on. Hold on. Candace Owens is accusing Erica Kurt of being secretly Jewish.
Why does her one-time roommate, Nicole Rothstein, allege that half of their family, before they were Eric's family, is Jewish? That makes sense. She also claimed that after Charlie's assassination, that Erica, she's online going back and forth people, Erica was her best friend and her cousin. Nicole Rothstein said this. The Rothstein family, Zionsky is their dad. Wouldn't be mad if she told her family. Also, how did Erica and Nicole Rothstein get close? Remember, Erica presents that she was raised by the single mother of the son. Erica is telling the truth about her paternity. That Nicole Rothstein, who was the future. Nicole Rothstein, it's going to sound ridiculous, but this is the reality. Nicole Rothstein would be Erica's father's, sister's, husband's, previous wife's daughter's daughter. In other words, zero blood relation, not even kind of related. You're crazy would even call each other cousins.
Someone said, who watches this? There's only one reason that Candace is saying this. Because you can make a lot of money with the Israel conspiracies online. You just can't. It's a huge market. It's a very, very, very huge market. People eat this shit up.
Nice,
They
I love
believe
parachutes,
it.
dude.
All right, they believe this shit, and that's the only reason she's talking about it. And that's it. And that's why. So don't hate the player, hate the game. That's the way I look at it. She is absolutely leaning into that crowd because that crowd is so retarded and believes all of this crazy shit. And she's leaning into it. She knows what she's doing. That's why I'm saying she's smart. She's smart. She manipulates everything she's involved in, and she's good at it. And again, saying someone is smart is not me co-signing them. That is such a leftist kind of thing when I say someone's smart and you go, oh my God, I can't believe you support them. Leftists do that all the time. If you claim someone's smart and they go, oh, you think Hitler was smart? You think so-and-so was smart? When Trump says, Vladimir Putin is a smart, great leader, and they're like, did you hear what Trump said about Putin? It's like you can objectively call someone, compliment someone without being a fan or a supporter of them. It's fucking ridiculous. But she is manipulating a very easily manipulated audience. Like that audience that supports, and the Ian Carrolls of the world and the Elijah Shapers. How's that guy? Good job.
What am I doing? I'm fucking baiting people, dude.
Right? And then they'll eat each other alive.
Nice.
Fantastic. So, Marvin Lynn says, guys, hurry up to super chats.
That was
Ryle,
fucking funny, dude.
is going
Holy
to silence Jeremy, like all the other creators that makes tons of cash saying this exact phrase over and claim that it ruins everything. Is real. I was wondering how you were saying that, and then I laughed about it afterwards. So, Israel is real. Can someone be smart in their own way? Everyone can be smart in their own way. I can't really be smart. She just is. So, truth hurts. You don't have to like it, but I guess I've just reached a point where I just don't care how much people get from my stuff. And so, Greedo Gaming says, been watching since the Last Jedi days. Been a fun, wild ride, and I'm looking forward to the future. Hail Geeks and Gamers from the 199. You've been watching forever, brother. It's crazy. I appreciate it so much. David Smart says, I can't believe the Democrats didn't stand up. Nah, that's what they do. Narco says, I can fix her, but she needs a shower and a shave first. Maybe check for lice under the hijab. Man, don't do it, bro. Leighton Holman says, poll time. Who to save? AOC, Omar, or both? Oh, dude.
Sick of being social.
And he's so on point. And this is exactly why they had to silence him. Because he was too effective.
He's trying to get rid of baby.
Wait a minute. Is this a viable baby? There's nothing wrong with this baby?
Viable? The Senate voted 3 days.
He does sound like Kevin's
on your psychic ability and on your IQ and then on your commitment to the program. And so the program starts with, will you go inject black people with syphilis for a greater cause? Or will you do research programs on babies where we tell poor women that, your baby died right when they were born. We're going to keep the baby alive and sometimes kill them, sometimes harvest them, sometimes do experiments on them. So that's why a lot of nurses have noticed now that babies disappear at birth. They tell them, your baby died. That's why the governor said, who's actually an organ harvesting doctor, he goes, we keep the babies alive after they're born and have a discussion. They are getting caught now because we've decompartmentalized.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. What you're saying?
See how it just never ends.
Yeah. What are you saying about babies? Like, what are they doing with babies?
You saw the governor of Virginia say we keep babies alive after they're born and kill them, right?
Well, I didn't see that.
We keep them comfortable.
But I am very very concerned with late-term abortions.
Well,
Very,
this
very
is
concerned.
post-birth, Joe. So understand.
Post-birth.
How much money do you think they get for a 7.5-pound baby they can keep alive for 2 weeks? And mama doesn't know.
So
if they can register the organs and get bidders,
wait a minute, you're
then
saying
they can make $500,000.
Wait a minute,
An
you're saying that the
exsanguinated
baby
baby they kill on the spot only gets 50 grand.
What do you mean saying that they take the baby from the mother and the mother doesn't know that the baby's alive?
Yeah, you know how they engineer tomatoes to last on the shelf?
Yes.
You can pull all this up. California's passed it. Excuse me, Virginia's about to pass it. New York's trying to pass it. California's trying to pass it. 3 other states are trying to pass it to keep babies alive and allow. Notice the governor goes, we don't want, it's a 3-minute clip, pull it up. We don't want the government involved. The doctors and the mother who's drugged up, you didn't say that, are going to decide about the future. And maybe she keep baby alive a week. Maybe she.
This man was blessed with the ability to be incredibly right and also incredibly entertaining. He's so funny and he's so on point. And this is exactly why they had to silence him, because he was too effective.
He's trying to get rid of baby.
Wait a minute, is this a viable baby? There's nothing wrong with this baby?
Viable? The Senate voted 3 days.
He does sound like Kevin Spacey from House of Cards, doesn't he? When he does that shit. Holy crap. He sounds just like Frank Underwood from South Carolina.
To go on Monday. To not pass a bill for post-birth abortion, to not kill.
Whoa. Post-birth?
It says viable babies already born can be killed. If the bioethics board, I bet you 10 million.
Please pull that up, Jamie. We gotta figure it
Because I
out.
know the listeners won't believe me. I'm
No.
telling you. Wait till you,
I don't
wait till
know
you
where the
go
fuck that poll
Post
went.
about this, but it says that it's been taken out of context.
What is that, Media Matters?
No,
Or Snopes?
Huffington Post is that Snopes, it's mostly false.
Snopes said.
Where,
Hey, why don't you do this, Jamie?
What source is
Jamie,
this?
go to the source of the governor. Go to YouTube and type in Governor of Virginia talks about post-birth abortion and watch the unedited 3-minute video.
How do you call it abortion if it's already been born?
Well, that's what Trump said. He said a month ago when this first broke, he said, and see, the left is so compartmentalized. I'm not saying you're the left, but mainstream media, whatever. We're so censored now. They're making their move right now.
Who's they?
The globalist technocracy, the mad scientists, the guys that want to learn the secrets of the universe,
So
probably
what
already
you're
have
saying,
them.
so what you're saying is a lot of this censorship. A lot
Joe,
of this
I
is
will
about.
give 1 million. I don't have 10 million. I will give before God and country to Jamie's. I'm not kidding. I will give $1 million to your charity of choice. No, listen to me. This is serious, Jamie. You need to come out for the children. I will give you $1 million if you can prove that I'm making up that the governor said we keep babies alive after they're born, we keep them comfortable. And then it turns out he's an organ harvesting thing, and that's what they're doing. So they keep babies alive. Don't go to Snopes. Go to the governor. Go to the governor of Virginia.
Dog, it's time to inject
That's why they went ahead and burned him with the
steroids into
blackface
your
they were using for
back.
blackmailing. They already
Same
had
guy?
that on him.
That's the same guy?
Yeah, same guy. As soon as he said, as soon as Trump, and we all covered it, as soon as he tweeted, he said, yes, we're getting rid of babies after they're already born.
You don't want none of that.
No.
You already figured out what George Soros is putting in it, right?
No, I mean, I oversimplified that.
No, dog, can I ask you a question?
I said they've weaponized marijuana into an hallucinogen category, so it causes more schizophrenia.
How long has it
I
been
think it
since
does.
you've,
I said
you've
that 2 years ago in
watched
court.
porn?
Yeah, I think it does.
When's the last time Joe had Alex Jones on?
Like I said, but once a
Because
week,
I
so.
feel like he hasn't had him on since Spotify.
I was under the impression that you did without porn.
Am I right? Am I right about that? I don't feel like he's had Alex on since then.
No, yeah,
Because when
I
he
want
made
it
the
to be
move to
quicker.
Spotify, they,
I don't do it for
I
anything
think
other
Alex
than
Jones and a few other
not having to
episodes
deal
were
with
taken
it
down.
later down the line.
It might be this one that was taken down right here.
I don't think it's
That'd be about
it'd be better
right.
if you
Yeah.
just used your
And so that might be the
imagination or
this
whatever
might be the
instead of
last
just
one because
watching
I feel like this is the one where he said I'm kind of
Yeah, we're good.
retarded. I think. But anyway, it just Alex Jones clips of him freaking out are just the best thing ever. They're just awesome. I could watch them all day long. Like right here.
Objective Charlie has been lost.
They can't wait to send the police to your house to chop your testicles off. They chase them down in Africa and India and chop their testicles off. Look, nobody's chopping my balls off. I'm not going to stand there while you stand by with machine guns and the local doctor chops my testicles off.
Yes, I am finished. You will not take my right. You go through background checks to get guns. How about Prozac? You know the number. Oh, that's a big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs. Let me ask you. Oh, gotta cut that off, don't you?
You cooked dinner today, dog?
The U.S. #1 cause of death is suicide because they give people suicide mass murder pills. Your answer is get more money to the psychiatrist and psychologist to put more crazy people on drugs so they can kill people. Let's try and have a debate. Answer me this question. I'm sick of the same old script here, bud. For shooting each other. You get 3,500 to 4,000. How many people died from infections in hospitals? 197,000. They just ask you a second. That's right. How many gun murders were there in Britain? How many great white sharks? How many kill people every year, but they're scared to swim? Right. How many charges for the hacking scandal? Answer this question. How many? Why'd you get fired from the Daily Mirror to put out fake stories? You're a hatchet man of the New World Order. You're a hatchet man. And I'm going to say this right here. You think you're a tough guy? Have me back with a boxing ring in here. I'll wear red, white, and blue, and you can wear your Jolly Roger. You know what? Let's try again.
You dumb son of a bitch! You filthy, degenerate scumbag, scum, Nazi-filled, trash, garbage. More piles of demonic, diseased
Jeremy kind of knows both of these guys. Talking about Piers and Alex. Strangely enough, what a world we're living in, but yes. However, even though I've been on with Piers twice, and I've had Alex on twice, and I have Alex's phone number, I am still very convinced that neither one of them know who I am. I really feel that way. I really don't believe that Alex Jones knows who I am, even though we have texted, and I don't believe Piers knows who I am.
And now it's time to cut your head off. And we're gonna kill you. To kill everybody. Kill that whole family. Go, please, Satan! Release us to kill the American people. Get ready for...
Okay, I'll probably just stop before my show gets good. But there's Alex Jones freaking out, which is the best entertainment on the online. You can't. Where are we at? Darth McBee says, repeating what Jeremy says back to the TV tax, it's a parasocial relationship. Hey, I like that. I like that. Hammer of Subtlety says, my Lord in heaven, I thank you every day for having my enemies be so incredibly regarded. Little Jim Taylor says, can you play the Alex Frog song? I'll have to pull it up. I don't have it in my clips. Slain Hopes is the only way it makes sense that Alex Jones got defamation sued for $1.5 billion is that he's literally the most accurate source of news on earth. That's my logic with it. Gerard Armstrong says, I still find it funny that Alex thinks the quartering is salty cracker. Yeah, he probably knows, or maybe he doesn't. I still don't know. I still don't know if he does or doesn't know. But yeah, I guess recently he made the same comment, so I guess he still thinks that. John Wayne says that Democrat was honestly very disturbing. Shindig was very disturbing, like the beginning of the furry cult with ceremonial punch afterwards. Scary indeed. Okay, well, in the words of Alex Jones, those frogs are gay. They are. Alex loves your show, Jeremy. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he watches it. My favorite part is when he went on Friday Night Tights. And he's just like, I love all of your shows. I appreciate all of you guys. I watch all your stuff. And we're like, no, you don't, Alex. No, you don't. You don't watch anything. You have never watched the Geeks and Gamers video in your life. Jeremy doesn't know what Shindig and thinks it might be bad. No, I know what Shindig is, but I had to process everything first. Again, don't want to be like John Campia, okay? I've used Shindig my entire life when referring to stuff. Bama going 6-6, bro, stop.
Oh my God.
We're easily gonna go 4-8. So I don't know where the 6-6 stuff's coming from. Easily. All right, 4-8. So you need to stop. Laughing Man is trying to rush me. Like,
Dude,
why,
I can't
Laughing
even
Man?
see
Why
this
do you have
guy.
to leave? I'm just trying to have a conversation with some people, okay? Just having some conversation. You don't have to get mad at me, okay? Unless you're telling me I do it. Are you telling me I have to end? How many people are watching them on Disney Play right now? Let's see. They got 800 people watching. That's what's up. They got 800 people watching them on Disney Play right now. Hey, man, that's awesome again. So, good job. Good job to the crew. I'm always happy when people are watching the GG streams and not me. Beanie says, Jeremy, you're a good sport. You know, try to, man. It's all about having fun, back and forth, all of that good stuff. So, I did upload a video to Geeks Gamers. I got to make more videos from over there, so hopefully you guys will check those out. But, yeah, thank you guys. It's been a fun night, and probably doing multiple streams tomorrow. Probably. We'll see.
Do you like working out, or does it feel like a chore to you?
Cast tomorrow. I'm going to use that thumbnail that we saw today.
Oh, depends what I'm doing. If I'm not doing the stuff that I like,
other than that,
then
you
it
guys
feels
have a
like
good
a chore,
evening,
but
and we will talk
when
tomorrow.
I'm doing what I enjoy,
Bye, everyone.
that's more fun.
Our forces are attacking objective Charlie.
Hostile forces are still ahead in the fight. Let's regroup.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, I cannot see this guy at all. Like, holy fuck.
I didn't understand. I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
So they can't even muster standing for that, which you would think is not even. That's an easy one. That's an easy one. I mean, at least with the illegal aliens, that's one of the brilliant. It was a brilliant gambit by Trump there to specifically say, stand if you agree with this, because he knows that, of course, Democrats can't stand for that. They can't stand, because if they do, if they stand and say, yeah, I agree that American citizens should come first, well, then we can say, well, okay, great that we agree, so here's a bunch of policies and laws that you should agree with, and by the way, why are you out there protesting ICE? So they can't stand for it, because their ideology is so insane that it doesn't allow them to. But you would think, if you didn't know any better, that just standing for the mother of a woman who was murdered would be really easy. There's no, I think, political implications to that. But there are for the Democrats, because they are pro-crime. And they're especially pro-crime when the criminal is black and the victim is white. Now, in this case, an incompetent black female judge let Irina's killer go free without bail, even though he had a long and violent criminal history. that judge and Democrat policies are the reason that an animal was able to slice Irina's neck on the train, leaving her to bleed out as he said, "I got that white girl," and walked off the train. It was all on camera. Everyone saw the horror on Irina's face as it happened, and the disinterest of the nearby passengers. For any sane person, one of the most radicalizing events of the decade. Democrats simply don't care. Even when Irina's family is in the chamber, it just doesn't matter to them. They weren't moved to stand by the tears of Irina's grieving mother. It just doesn't, they don't care. Irina is white. She was killed by a black felon who rap sheet longer than a CBS receipt. They stand with the black felons, not their victims. It really is as simple as that.
Can't
Now, we'll talk in more depth about
man.
the State of the Union address in a little bit, but I want to spend a little time here focusing on this particular point because most people have no idea how pervasive this problem is. Irina's case, as horrific as it was, is not unusual. It's happening all over the country. And if Democrats ever return to power, it's going to happen much more often. This is one of the party planks, is to make sure that this happens even more. If you want to understand why Democrats wouldn't stand and applaud the idea of keeping criminals in prison rather than allowing them to roam free, you have to understand that letting criminals roam free is a central part of their platform, as I will demonstrate. Now, you probably remember the case we discussed a few weeks ago when a black female judge slashed a black criminal sentence in half, even though he was an unrepentant rapist. And he told the judge that in the courtroom, that he's not sorry for what he did and he doesn't care about his victim or her family. He'll do it again if he's let out. And we don't know the race of the victim, which might have influenced the judge's decision, especially if the victim is white.
You know what you should do, dog? You should sell your medication on eBay, dog.
Because the judge said so. She explicitly cited race as one of the reasons for making her insane decision.
But Judge Davis thought the jury's recommendation was too
Take a lot of money, bro.
She feels he hasn't mentally matured yet and never had a real shot at getting any help early in life.
You were to come in here, and instead of being hurt and angry, which is what this appears, right, as a 20-year-old African-American male that has been, experienced in society, etc., and you would show that, yes, okay, this is the situation, this is who I am. I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want to be in hell for forever.
Thompson repeatedly stated he did not care, not about his sentence, the victim, or her family. But Judge Davis emphasized she's the one that holds the pen.
This kind of case is not an aberration. It is happening constantly. And to really grasp what's happening, we go through some recent examples in detail. Just so you can understand, this is an epidemic. It's not a one-off. So here's one of the more egregious cases. In 2022, a black 15-year-old named Tavari Pearson was attending the Spring Mountain Youth Camp in Las Vegas, which is a rehab center for juvenile offenders. And while he was out for a walk, he was a college student, which was attending the therapist ended a rock and strangled him until she lost consciousness. The Pearson's case was heard by a black female judge who disregarded prosecutors' request for a 20-year prison sentence. Which
You don't want to fly the helicopter.
This is attempted murder and rape.
Well,
Instead,
I
the
was
judge,
the only
whose
one
name
in it,
is Erica
so
Ballou,
I wanted to
sentenced
try to
Pearson
do
to a
both.
sentence of probation and time served. So for raping and nearly murdering, trying to murder a woman, he suffered no actual consequences. The judge unleashed him back into civilization. And you'll never guess what happened.
Javon Pearson was just 15 years old when he first reported on May 2022. He complained of his therapist about living with a dog as a high school track team. She suggested they go for a walk outside, and during that walk, Pearson attacked her. He pleaded guilty in criminal court and was recently found liable in civil court. But her attorney says the judgment the victim recently won is largely symbolic.
There are no victims in this case because my client's going to
Let's go, dog.
her life, and frankly, Mr. Pearson potentially
Pretty impressive.
for the rest of his life.
there are no victories.
Court records describe Pearson's attack on his therapist during their outdoor counseling session at Spring Mountain Youth Camp, a county-run facility for juvenile offenders. Records show he pushed her to the ground, pinned her hands, punched her repeatedly, hit her with a rock, strangled her, pushed her into a ravine, and sexually assaulted her. In the criminal case,
How much did you finish for Star Destroyer?
He found guilty of just 2 of the 6
Not too much, but
Judge Erica
I
Ballou
put some
sentenced him to 6
more
months
of the
behind bars, followed by 5 years of
the
probation.
frame.
He was immediately released from prison with credit for the 2.5 years he had already served. Just months after his release on probation,
What are those
he was
diagonal
indicted
pieces supposed
for
to
a
do?
string of car thefts and
That's the
burglaries.
frame. So since I have two going opposite
Sadly,
ways, you
it
can't
appears
move.
as though, again, I haven't seen the evidence. I've just seen the
can't move
criminal
it.
indictment. That guns were involved.
Because it would have to shift downward and then to the
Though
sides.
the new
But
indictment is
since
only 8 counts, court
they can't
records
go
show
down,
Pearson
it
allegedly
won't
committed
move.
21 separate crimes between September and November of 2025.
Yeah, well, of course he did. Of course he committed 20. You let someone like this out of jail, it's not a question of, well, will he offend again? Will he commit more crimes? No, he will. Guaranteed. In fact, he'll probably commit crimes the very day you release him. So, and this should obviously be a case, again, in a sane society, which clearly is not the society we live in, but obviously in a case like this, you have someone who does that, the sane thing to do is to convict them and then that day take them out back and shoot them. Death by firing squad, just be done with it, we can all move on, and pretend that this scumbag never existed. Although for the victim, that still is not possible, because they have to live with it for the rest of their lives, as her attorney points out. So a wild animal who should have been thrown in prison for the rest of his life, at a minimum, is allowed to go free, and almost immediately, in a matter of months, he committed nearly 24 additional crimes, including car theft and burglary. Apparently armed in some of these cases. This was the predictable result of the decision by Erica Ballou, a judge who, as you can see here, enjoys wearing her Black Lives Matter pin. And as a general matter, she also enjoys handing out extremely lenient sentences to black defendants. In fact, at the moment, Judge Ballou is serving a 6-month suspension from the bench because she repeatedly defied the state appellate courts and kept trying to free a black woman named Mia Christman. And there was never any reason for letting her out of prison. Mia Christman committed a home invasion and participated in a high-speed chase that severely injured an innocent victim. But Judge Ballou decided to let Christman go free, supposedly because she had a compelling sob story or something. And then when the Nevada Supreme Court overruled the judge and ordered her to send Christman to prison, Judge Ballou simply ignored the Supreme Court. On at least 2 occasions, she defied their orders. That's how devoted she is to making sure that as many black criminals are out on the street as possible. Watch.
Today I'm a survivor.
Maya Christman is now 30 years old. At the age of 18, she committed an armed robbery. She was part of a violent home invasion. One man pistol whipped another victim, an elderly woman, and she drove a car in a high-speed police chase, which left another driver severely injured. While Christman became a free woman, prosecutors argued to the Nevada Supreme Court, which decided Judge Ballou needs to send Christman back to prison to finish her sentence, an order Ballou didn't immediately follow.
What do you think of Judge Ballou's actions throughout this case?
I believe that she defied the Supreme Court orders twice.
How rare is that for a judge to defy the Nevada Supreme Court's orders?
It's extremely rare.
In the meantime, Christman had relocated to California. She says she was learning to become a barber and found housing. She also had a baby.
Now, if you have any concern whatsoever for the rule of law in the U.S., and you should, because Western civilization won't last long without it, this is the kind of case that you should be following very closely. And it's important to realize that there are many, many more cases like it. Judge Ballou is just one example of a much larger pattern, often involving mostly female judges including many black female judges, who in many cases tend to be the worst offenders here. That's just the reality. Who have clearly decided to discard the rule of law and render decisions based on suicidal empathy and or racial and ethnic solidarity. For example, did you know that Carmelo Anthony, the black teenager who stabbed an unarmed white student to death at a track meet, had his bond reduced by 75%. That's how he got out of jail. His bond went from $1 million to just $250,000 for the alleged crime of first-degree murder. And here's the judge who made that decision.
You know, when I was watching Game of Thrones, and I still think the same way now, the only thing, it's hard to describe, like I know magic is part of the show, but when Renly got killed by the shadow thing, I was just like, I don't think I like this. Seems so different from everything else. I'm just like, why don't they just fucking summon that shit all the time to kill everybody?
Well, one reason why you felt like that is because the show took a lot of the magic stuff out, like the eye colors and all that stuff, like a bunch of different things. Because I feel like if we saw Daenerys have purple eyes and her brother have purple eyes, it'd kind of be too strange. Because it kind of just looks like an Elseworld medieval story, right? So it kind of could seem like it's somewhat realistic. I don't know. I thought Renly as a character was kind of retarded. I don't know why Renly didn't go fight the Lannisters while Robb was. Like, I feel like that would have been... He had apparently 100,000 soldiers. That would have been the easiest fucking win ever. And obviously, Robb wouldn't want to take the throne. He would just want the North. So, Renly would just get to be king by default.
Well, he was, like, fighting with his brother, right? Stannis.
Yeah, but if his brother wants to join the fight... What, is he going to fight both, or is he going to join, like, who's he going to join? Either way, he has to join a side. He either has to fight both, or join a side that still wants to hold the throne. So either way, if he fights, he's going to have to choose a side.
Tucker, and she's a black woman. And if you look up her official biography, you'll discover that her gender and skin color are her primary qualifications. That's all she talks about. So once again, this is not about, oh, you're making it about race. No, she does. She makes it about race. Quote, in Collins County's 170-year history, she was the first judge of color. Early in her tenure, Judge Tucker remembers attending a conference and calling one of the other female judges of Collin County to say, I'm here with a sea of white hair. It's a room of 600 judges. Where are the women? This was the central question that the Biden administration asked in their 4 years in power. They didn't want judges who were competent or fair. Instead, they flooded the federal bench with black women, most of whom had no idea what they were doing. Ketanji Brown Jackson is the most visible of these appointees. But there were many more, as this chart demonstrates, and you can see it right there. The Biden administration went out of its way to appoint as many non-white female judges as possible. The numbers were extremely disproportionate. As the researcher Jonathan Powelson found, non-white lawyers account for less than 20% of the total number of lawyers in the country, but they accounted for roughly 70% of Biden's judicial appointees. That's staggering. And meanwhile, women make up only around 40% of lawyers in the U.S. But again, women accounted for approximately 70% of Biden's judicial appointees. One of Biden's judicial appointees was D.C. Judge Kendra Briggs, and she's the judge who handled the case of the Doge staffer known as Big Balls. As you probably remember, a mob of black teenagers attacked Big Balls and brutally beat him on the streets of the nation's capital when he tried to defend a woman that they were accosting. But then Judge Kendra Briggs didn't seem bothered by the attack. She sentenced the criminals to simple probation and explained that her job is to rehabilitate the mob. Here's another case along those lines that no one ever talks about. In 2021, a black man in his 20s named Shaquille Taylor opened fire at a vehicle which was occupied by a female driver and her 2 children. Several rounds hit the car. Obviously, this should have resulted in a conviction for attempted murder, and Shaquille Taylor should have been sent to prison for 25 to life at a minimum. But that's not what happened, because a judge named Angelita Blackshear Dalton, well, she was on the case, sadly enough. And Judge Dalton, who happens to be a black female, determined that Shaquille Taylor should be released immediately without serving any time in prison. According to the judge and the DA, who didn't want to prosecute the case either, Shaquille had developed pneumonia at birth, which led to a brain infection. And this brain infection, in turn, supposedly prevented Shaquille from developing, intellectually, mentally beyond a kindergarten level. So, according to the judge, Shaquille was simply too stupid to go to prison. And he wasn't insane, so he didn't have to go to an asylum either. So, she just cut him loose. Even though you would think that, well, if that's true, if he's so dumb that he doesn't know you're not supposed to shoot at moving cars.
Have you ever played the first Dark Souls?
But no, they said no, this guy's so dumb.
No.
He's so stupid that he might kill you without even knowing he's not supposed to. And so here you go, society. We're going to give him back to you, hot potato. Well, 2 years later,
is it the
Taylor
best one?
again opened fire at a moving vehicle, and in the process, he apparently missed his target and fatally hit an 18-year-old.
It's really, that or Dark Souls 3. It's whatever you prefer. I mean, Dark Souls 3 probably, gonna have better graphics and better gameplay mechanics, but it's kind of like how you play like an old Star Wars game. It just feels comforting.
And it's like you don't go back and play it and feel like it's old. It almost feels timeless, kind of thing.
Yeah, like that's what I get from the first Dark Souls. It's one of my favorite, like From Software games. That, Bloodborne. Like, I like Dark Souls 3, I do. I don't know, I'm just not like the biggest fan of some of the environments.
Just 7 months later, he's now charged in her death.
Which one don't you like? Because I don't remember them all.
And found 2 cases in which he was charged with contributing to the delinquency of a mother.
There's like a swamp-like area.
Oh
if
yeah,
I remember
with the crabs
correctly.
or whatever.
So we're now looking into how
Yeah, like I'm not like the biggest fan. Like like that game is really, really hard, which I guess I get is the point, but it was very infuriating playing that game. But like overall, yeah, like it was really good. Like I played it multiple times.
It's not harder than Elden Ring, right?
Based on a childhood illness.
It's
almost as if we need to.
Well, in some ways, I would say it's harder than Elden Ring because in Elden Ring, you can do summons. Like even if you're not online, there's an item where you can summon spirits to help you during boss battles. That significantly.
Is that the bell?
Yeah, the bell. That significantly helps, especially if you have the right Spirit Ash.
Consider the case of a
And
black man named Donnie Allen.
yeah, I
You
mean,
can see on your screen from 2019 to 2024, Allen had
yeah,
been
I'd
arrested
say
for
Dark
2
Souls
counts
3
of
was
attempted
probably a lot
murder,
harder
assaulting
for
a
me.
police officer, drug possession,
I mean, there are some bosses in Elden Ring, like Millennia. Millennia is probably the hardest bosses ever.
at least 10
But
separate arrests in that
yeah.
period of time. On December 4th last year, he was arrested and charged with drug possession, vandalism, possessing criminal tools, and breaking and entering. But despite his criminal history, a black female judge named Joy Kennedy lowered his bail
You've
from
played Bloodborne, though, right?
to only $5,000, meaning that a left-wing bail
Yeah, I didn't beat it though.
called the Bail Project only had to pay $500 to
Guess
string him
technically,
loose.
if I wanted to, I could get it on here.
And the Bail Project paid the money, even though Allen's family begged them not to. This is from Fox, quote, two family members
So it says I put
remain anonymous.
144 hours into Bloodborne, which I don't know if that's entirely accurate, but
Can you check what you've put into other games?
Let's see. So I put 185 hours into Binding of Isaac. Put 210 hours into Stellar Blade.
That's a good 200 hours.
Yeah, I fucking enjoyed that game. So far for Battlefield 6, I put 120 hours, so yours is probably similar to that or more.
Yeah, probably a little more. Really? We played that 200 hours?
No, I'm sorry if I said 200. I said 120.
Oh. Okay. Even 120. Even 120. That sounds like a lot.
And once again, thanks to
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that high.
was unleashed on the public.
Yeah, for the first Dark Souls, I only have 51 hours in it. But
and as I've outlined,
yeah.
Often the judges will openly admit
Elden Ring, I have 311 hours. So yeah, it's easily the most played From Software game that I have.
this is a problem in society.
Armored Core, 67 hours.
But it's also important to
See
understand
what
that
else.
suicidal female empathy from left-wing women, regardless of
Baldur's Gate, you probably have more hours played, but I have 196 hours for that.
Christian Moniz Rubino just received a sentence of probation for allegedly killing a 17-month-old child who was the son of his girlfriend. Rubino entered a plea that acknowledged prosecutors may have
How many hours did you say?
Although he didn't admit guilt.
Which game?
But
Baldur's
prosecutors were
Gate.
supposedly worried that they didn't have enough proof beyond a reasonable doubt, so
196.
Mine 162.
Rubino out of prison on
Oh
probation.
shit. Does this show your game
Killing
progress?
a 17-month-old baby.
It says 75% for
And
me.
the judge
If
Yours
it
has to be
does,
more.
Man who beat a 1-year-old to death
Because
has
you're
received
further in
no
the story
jail
than
time.
me.
Christian Moniz Rubino was sentenced to probation for the death of 17-month-old Kai Tesoro, who suffered
For
fatal
Stellar Blade,
injuries while in his
210
care.
hours.
Kai was
Game
rushed to
progress
hospital in June after
100%.
being found unresponsive. Doctors
Man,
reported
that's a
severe
sign
head
that
trauma,
that's a
bruising,
really
and
good game,
broken
dude. If I
bones.
can
They said the injuries were consistent with
put
abuse,
200 plus
not an
hours into
accident.
something.
Rubino initially told investigators the child had fallen. The injuries could not be caused by a simple fall. Kai was placed on life support and died days later. Rubino was originally charged with murder and child
Red Dead
abuse,
Redemption
charges
2, I
that
only
could have sent him
put
to prison
69
for
hours.
But prosecutors later agreed to a manslaughter
Dude, I can't get
plea
into
deal.
that
They
game,
cited
dude.
major risks at trial, including inconsistent witness statements and a lack of direct eyewitnesses. At
see this.
sentencing, the
Hold
judge
on.
acknowledged the seriousness of the case and said she
Wait,
did not
what?
like the outcome, but approved the
No,
agreement.
that can't be
Rubino
right.
was
What
sentenced
the
to
hell?
probation, a curfew, and anger management classes.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit.
He also lied about it to cover his tracks.
Okay,
And this is the part
so
where the judge should have rejected the
Rainbow
appeal.
Six Siege,
Prosecutors, especially leftist prosecutors,
601 hours.
particularly if they're not.
Yeah.
But judges don't have to
Holy
accept
fuck, because we've been playing that for, I can't even remember when we started playing.
2018, maybe? 2017, 18.
When you're talking about the killing of a
Yeah.
17-month-old
Yeah, I
child,
guess that
the
makes
victim
sense.
Obviously, just isn't good enough. That cannot be an acceptable outcome.
Yeah, even
the
even
judge, a
even
white
just
woman
on
named
PC, I
Jacqueline
have almost that amount
Apparently
played.
disagreed. The judge
But
said
that's
she
also
wasn't
from
happy about the plea
2020,
deal, but
so
she wasn't
it's a
willing
long,
to do
it's a
anything
long
about
time.
it. So at the
Yeah,
moment, a guy
so
who essentially
there's like two versions it lets me look at. So there's the PS5 version, and then there's the PS4. So the PS4 one has 600 or whatever I said, 600 hours, and then the PS5 another 80 hours on that.
Despite his criminal
Close to
history,
700
Jacoby
hours.
Tillman was granted a $9,500 bond and released from
Well,
jail
I have to
this
say,
weekend. He's accused
the
of trying to
last
rape a woman on the
few
Little
dozen
Teton Greenway
hours
Trail
was
this
very
summer.
fun.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office released this surveillance video
Yeah,
shortly
dude.
after the
Oh
attack
my
in
god,
July.
dude. I can't
Tillman
believe
was just arrested
got
this
fucking
month on
banned
charges
from
of
that.
attempted sexual battery, strangulation, and false imprisonment.
What bothers the court in setting bond in this case is that, you know, he's got some violent offenses and a violent history, and these are violent offenses.
What other
But
games I have a
nonetheless,
lot of
think
hours
bonds
in?
set.
We've been looking into Tillman's
I wonder
record
how
too
much
and found out he was
the
also
original
arrested after
The
grabbing
Last
a
of
woman
Us
in the same area 3
did
years
count
ago.
PS3 hours. I don't think so.
I don't
A
think
black
they
man with a violent history,
could do
one
that back then.
includes sexually assaulting a woman who was,
So yeah, for the Last of Us Remastered, so that was the one that came out on the PS4. Got 150 hours into that.
and then when he's finally caught, the judge sets his bail.
So they calculated time played on PS4 as well. I didn't even
The
know
ruling
that.
was courtey of this white female judge. One.
Oh yeah, like well, I assume so, right? Because like some of these games, they have a PS5 version and a PS4 version. They each have like different numbers. If there is like a difference in
He'd be free to, go out and assault more women, which of course he would definitely
a difference
do.
in playtime.
Meanwhile, in San
Dark Souls
Francisco,
3, I
as
only have
Larry
114
Shannon reports,
hours.
There's the troubling case of a Honduran man named Evan Perez Villanueva. And he was, quote, caught with a loaded 380 Cobra
Oh yeah,
semi-automatic
Sekiro.
pistol in a mission.
Another From Software game. I have 117 hours on that.
A judge dropped those felonies.
I
as long
think
as he
I
agreed
got
to,
the platinum on that one.
gun safety course, possess no weapons or ammunition, write a reflective essay on what he learned,
Oh wait, I want to see
and
this one.
obey all laws. So he
Not
had
too
to write
much. Batman.
Oh my god.
209 hours.
Holy fuck. Okay, World of Warships. Guess how many hours I have?
And here's the judge who made that murder possible.
Probably over 1,000.
Dude, 1,500. Holy shit.
Fuck.
Gail the Creon is unsurprisingly.
Well, I almost hit rank 1, so I guess it was
So you're probably noticing a pattern at this point.
not completely
Many female judges
useless, I
are
guess.
making this country much more dangerous.
1,500. And what, like did you basically unlock everything in that game, or?
Everything I wanted. So like I mained basically
likely to render incarceration sentences in cases with black
Japanese battleships,
for white judges as they
and then for clan battles I would usually use the American one. And I was, even though I was slightly new to the clan battles, I was by far the best in the entire clan. Like no fucking contest. But then, if you didn't get on and play all the time, they'd kick you, I guess, because of inactivity, so I got kicked. I think I got kicked twice, because I came back and then I got kicked
deeply
again.
terrified of being accused of racism. It's the worst thing you can ever do.
Dog, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, 1 hour played on it.
Wait, how do you have any time played on that?
Follow suit. Both because of
I think at one point it was like free on PlayStation Plus for like a month or whatever.
terror of
Oh yeah, I don't know if it was PlayStation Now or whatever, but I think yeah, it was through that.
On Steam, I have 128 hours on the Old Republic, but that's not even
after they are
close to,
ICE
because I downloaded it from the site before it was on Steam, so I have a lot more time played.
Illegal alien from custody after he was detained.
I think most of that time was my Imperial Agent, and I played 2 storylines before that, so probably 300, 3 to 450.
Younger. And then there's
added on to the
Vernon City
120.
Michelle Johnson, who you can see here. A judicial panel found that she helped former Mount Vernon Mayor Clinton Young, who's also black, to, quote, skip out on a $750 judgment, personally intervening to take the case herself, and then writing to a clerk that the judgment must be...
Damn, Witcher 3 got 278 hours. Dude, there's 79 trophies in this game.
Now, along those lines, there's the infamous Judge Tracy Hunter, who used her office to help her brother, who was in the process of getting fired from a juvenile detention center. Judge Hunter didn't take her conviction for judicial misconduct very well. She went limp and had to be dragged out
That's
of
a
court.
lot, dude.
Seconds after Judge Patrick Dinkelhocker affirmed Tracy Hunter's jail sentence, his courtroom erupted in chaos.
You are to do 6 months in the Hamilton County Justice Center. Credit 1 day. Mr. and Ms. Deputy can take her away.
Outfit 1, I only have 50 hours. Seems like I should have had a lot more.
The Hunter's defense was quickly taken into custody. Meanwhile, Hunter fell limp in the arms of a deputy who ended up dragging the former juvenile court judge away from her outraged supporters.
Now we could go on for another hour. I mean, hours and hours, really, going through case after case. This is happening so much. We're not talking about 1 or 2 rogue judges here. You know, suspending punishment for black criminals is now a central plank of the
I wonder how
Democrat
much
Party's
time that I
platform.
have on League of
And
Legends.
judges,
I don't even
particularly
know how
female
I can check.
judges, are taking that mandate very seriously.
Okay, yeah, so for Elden Ring,
That's why
the
Democrats
PS4 version, 146 hours, plus the PS5 version, another 311, so close to 500, I guess.
We talked about jury statistics, which show that non-white jurors are statistically biased
bad.
towards non-white defendants. It's the OJ effect, except on a national scale.
I don't think, yeah,
The same
I
principle
didn't platinum
applies
either
to judges.
version.
It's the reason why so many criminals have been allowed to murder American citizens. And as Donald Trump made clear last night during the State of the Union, every single Democrat in Congress, without exception, either wants those murders to continue or doesn't care if they do.
Minecraft, PS4 version, 221 hours.
To do whatever is necessary to remove these judges from the bench.
I guess,
before
yeah, I
Democrats
guess that's it,
get
220
exactly what
hours.
they want. More book reports for violent felons, more racial equity, and ultimately, more dead Americans. Now let's get to our 5 headlines.
That's kind of cool. Hopefully this
You find
is
yourself
even
avoiding
possible.
working out because your knees hurt and the very idea of one squat sounds like your personal hell. Do you find that your recovery time after a workout seems to be getting longer and longer? Don't let these
What's
issues
kinda cool.
be the thing keeping you from taking care of your health.
Like how,
There is
like
a
once
solution. Now, producer
this
McKenna
all
started using
starts
collagen peptides
to come
from our
together
sponsor,
and it
Bugs,
all just
and
randomly
naturally
fits.
help with all these issues and been a
Like
total
one of the
game
supports
changer.
I'm gonna have
If
to
you,
to build
don't
the
know what
superstructure on
collagen
top.
is, think of it as
The
basically
bottom of
glue
it lines
that
up
holds
perfectly
together
with the
so
hangers
level
from the
drop,
inside. So
stiff joints, slower recovery, thinning hair, and dull skin. Bubs helps you restore your collagen levels closer to what your body had when you were younger, so you feel and look better. It's clean with no sugar, sweeteners, or fillers. It's third-party tested, NSF certified for sport, Whole30 approved, sustainably sourced from grass-fed, pasture-raised cattle, and it disappears into your morning coffee or water without clumps or taste. It's a
So
great
like on
and easy
Black
addition
Ops
to your day to
2,
support your
I
body for
probably
a limited
have
time. Limited time only. Our listeners are getting 20% off at Bubs Naturals by using code Walsh at checkout.
450, 4 to
4 and use
450.
code Walsh, and you're all set. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please.
That was going to be more.
Tell them.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Okay, so the State of the Union
But remember,
address, we've
I
already talked
don't.
about it, but it was
Back then, I was
the actual
very,
address
I
itself
was
thought was
not
excellent.
superstitious,
I
I would say,
maintain my
but
long-standing objection
if
to
I
the
didn't
State of the
feel
Union address
right
conceptually, I don't
about
think it should
playing,
exist.
especially on a
But it
certain
does
account, I
exist,
just
and
wouldn't
I
even
think
bother.
that, Trump delivered
Like
probably
on
the
my
best one that
on
I've
my
heard in my lifetime. Bars
on
pretty
my
low,
like
but
high
still, good speech.
KD, high win
Clear,
Oh, yeah,
loss.
you had like
whatever
5
accounts.
different accounts, right?
Inspirational,
Yeah.
aspirational, especially the final
Wait,
minute
forgot
or
about
so
that.
of the speech. I thought was
Well, for BO2, I had 3.
There is no
2 of them were
challenge
accounts that I would
Americans
only
cannot
play
overcome.
if, well, for when
No
if people were
frontier
online
too
and
vast for us to
if I
conquer.
was in the mood.
No dream too bold for us to chase. No horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of Providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the
Yo, can you
Dakotas,
check if the Forest, like the game The Forest, is crossplay online?
Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended.
Oh, that's
It
how.
still
Yeah, I
continues
used to want to get
because
that back in the
flame of
day.
Liberty and independence
It's like
still
$8
burns in
on
the heart of
PlayStation
every
Store. Like, if it
American
is, I'd
patriot.
probably just pick it up.
And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Well, that's how a president should speak about America,
Apparently
with
not.
pride in its past, in its
course,
history,
dude.
hope for the future. I mean, this is what we want to hear. Problem for Democrats is that they can't speak that way about America. It's because they deeply hate the country. They really do. They don't want the country to exist. And that's why, as good as Trump's speech was, he could have said nothing. He could have gotten up there and recited nursery rhymes, and it still would have been a political win because of the way the opposition comported themselves, the way that they were self-immolating as they were guaranteed to do, and it was exactly what you would expect. Worse in some ways. We've already seen how they sat on their hands. They didn't stand for the grieving mother of Irina Zarutska. We saw how they refused to stand and affirm the idea that the American government should be primarily concerned with protecting American citizens. And they humiliated themselves in many other ways that they always come up with new ways, the ways you don't expect. So Representative Al Green showed up carrying a sign. I think this was his second year carrying a sign and getting kicked out. Did the exact same thing last year. And here's the sign this time. Black people aren't apes is the sign. Which I gotta say, that's maybe the least inspiring slogan I've ever seen on a sign. I mean, you got a sign. It's going to be seen by millions of people because you're holding it. It's starved for attention. You're holding it at the State of the Union address, so lots of people are going to see it. And this is your chance to get across a simple message. And your message is black people aren't apes. Not the most inspiring slogan. Or maybe it is, because another way of looking at this is, I don't know, is this Al Green coming out against the theory of evolution? That would be bold for a Democrat in the modern Democrat Party to come out against
Star
the theory
Wars
of evolution.
Battlefront Classic Collection only has 3.06
Darwinism
rating out of 5.
Because, according to the theory of evolution, black people are actually apes.
Which one's that?
So are white people. All humans are.
So it says it includes
Is he saying that's not true?
Star Wars Battlefront Classic, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Is he planting his flag on the creationist side of the debate? I mean, I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Yeah, that's it.
Meanwhile, Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, two of the most...
I think it comes with like all the maps and the heroes or whatever.
Two of the most hideous and repulsive creatures to ever hold elected office.
They
that's the
fucked
most
up,
flattering
dude.
way I could possibly put it. They were at the speech also, and they were... I thought a lot of these people were going to boycott the speech, but apparently they showed up and they were screeching and screaming.
I didn't know there was movie tie-in games for Phantom
You should
Menace.
be ashamed of yourself not standing up.
Star
You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly
What's the tie-in game?
that protect the criminals and enact serious
It's literally it just says Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace.
criminal aliens,
Huh.
in many cases drug lords.
Yeah, it looks like an old game.
They're blocking the removal
Yeah, because there was,
out of our country, and you should be
I can't remember what it was called. There was one for episode 2 and one for episode 3, which was like the official movie game, which was pretty good.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking...
So every year we go through this with Democrats heckling and yelling, making total asses of themselves. And every year you can't help but think back to when a Republican shouted one thing, "You lie," at Obama during a State of the Union address, whenever that was, during the Obama tenure. And it was a month-long scandal.
And
I mean, those of us who are old enough
Star
to remember,
Wars Jedi Fallen Order Deluxe Edition is $7.79.
those were the good old days, I guess. And now Democrats have turned the event into a professional wrestling match. I mean, they just sit there and scream the whole time. Which is yet another reason, by the way, why the State of the Union address should just be abolished. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but
have you ever played any of
maybe the best one now?
the Devil May Cry
Because
games?
the whole point of the event.
No.
I mean, yeah, the president is communicating the State of the Union, what's happened, what the plan is for the future. But that could be conveyed many other ways. You could
If you ever
put out a
want
memo,
to see a fucking hot
send an
chick,
email. He could just give an
in
address
Devil
without
May
an
Cry
audience.
4
There's a lot
Gloria.
of different ways to do it now.
Hold on, your mic
The
is
reason of
going
doing
full
it with
robot.
the pageantry is supposed to be the pageantry. It's supposed to be the kind of
Go to your stream, hold on.
the symbolic show of unity that you've got both sides all together. Everyone's in the same room,
Okay,
and everybody is
it's not loading.
cheering for most of
Okay,
what the president is
pull
doing.
through.
That's the way it used to work. Yeah, you'd have a few instances where one side stands, the other side doesn't, but for the most part, it is a symbolic show of unity. That's what it's
Here.
supposed to be.
I think
And
it's
those
still
days are
fucking
over.
up.
Those days are just over. And so why
Okay,
are we
put it on now.
Yeah,
Yeah, still.
as a conservative, there's part of me that says, well, it's all the more reason.
Are you
to keep
far
doing
away from it,
because
or no?
Democrats are embarrassing themselves, so
No, I'm
great
not
for
far
harming
away.
themselves politically. Let's let them do it. But it's also embarrassing, I have to say, as an American citizen. And I see what's happening in Congress. It's humiliating. It's embarrassing.
Go on Google for a sec.
And that's reason enough to just stop doing it.
Yeah.
Most of us have no idea what phytonutrients
Okay.
are, but thankfully our
You
sponsor,
type in
Balance of
Devil
Nature,
May Cry
understands
4
the importance
and then
of
Gloria,
phytonutrients
like
are
the name
naturally
Gloria.
occurring, plant nutrients and whole foods that actually give fruits and vegetables their color, taste, and
So I
smell.
pull it up on stream so I can see.
Eating something with vibrant color and full flavor, well, it's a pretty good sign you're getting genuine phytonutrients. Now, what Balance of Nature does is they take all that produce
Dude,
and they
like,
run it through a special
back in the day,
vacuum
there's a
process
fucking cutscene with her.
that keeps everything stable.
Oh
that
my
powders
fucking
it down.
god, man.
The whole health system is essentially a value bundle that combines their fruits and veggies with their fiber and spice supplements. So you're getting 47 different ingredients: fruits, vegetables, spices, and fibers.
Yeah, you need to
all
watch the cutscene, dude. Like, the cutscene.
and you're getting all that every
Fucking do
single
her
day. I personally
justice.
love the whole health system because of its convenience when I'm traveling for work or trying to keep up with my kids. It gives me a simple, no mess, no stress way to make sure I'm getting all the essential nutrients in my diet. So whether you've been on the fence for a long time or it's the first time you're hearing about them, I recommend that you go to balanceofnature.com, order the whole health system supplements as a preferred customer. The good news is that some of the craziest nutcases on that side did not attend the event because instead they held their own State of the Union speeches, competing events. Very similar to the episode of The Office, you know, the Christmas party where there's competing Christmas parties. So kind of like that. Only this was funnier, actually, unintentionally so. So let's check in on one of the competing Democrat events. No context here. Here's just a guy in a giraffe costume talking about something.
ICE prison in Minneapolis.
Apparently, I've probably said this before, but apparently, the Aegon's Conquest show is in production, but I have no clue when it's actually gonna come out if it does.
They get Henry Cavill.
I don't know. That's another fucking casting choice that people would want him to be picked for, but I don't know. It's it's crazy how good I think he would be for that, especially looks wise. And he's clearly very good with the sword.
Yep.
And he's already played like a slightly magical dude.
With white hair.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get Crimson Desert?
Yeah, eventually. Alright, I'm gonna get off.
Okay.
Bye.